podcast, let me make another video for chapter 14, the dividend policy. So the company, if the company want to give some money back to the shareholders, we all know that dividend is the approach. Also, you may not notice it, the company sometimes will repurchase their stocks, especially when the market is down. So the stock price is low, it's a good time for the company to repurchase the stocks from the market. This is a way to give money back to stockholders, because usually after stock repurchase, because the number of shares outstanding are less, so the stock price would go up. Firm value will not change, but since there are fewer shares outstanding, the stock price will be higher because of that. So the company, and so these are the two approaches for firm to distribute cash back to the shareholders. Okay, so if the company raise capital through, if the company want to pay dividend to shareholders, and there will be several days you want to pay attention to. In the class website, so I had some information of Walmart declaration date, record date, and also payment date here. So you can click on the website and find more information. Other companies will do the same thing. So they always follow their schedules regarding their information, regarding the dividend information. It's all public information. Okay, this is stock repurchase. So a couple of theories regarding how the company distribute cash back to the shareholders. One is called dividend irrelevance theory. This is also based on a perfect financial market. And also there is a bird in hand theory and tax effect theory. Dividend irrelevance theory says doesn't matter the firm how much dividend the firm pays to shareholders, or the decision has no impact on the firm value. Based on a perfect market with no information symmetry, with no tax. And bird in hand theory says shareholders prefer dividend because that's the cash they received back from the company, rather than waiting for the stock prices to go up, which is highly risky. So they prefer to receive the dividend paid. So those companies with high dividend payout ratio usually will be priced higher in the market. Tax effect theory is just the opposite. It says because the dividend is taxed at a higher rate than capital gain tax, so investors will prefer the company not to pay dividend. So so they can pay less taxes later on. That's tax effect theory. So dividend irrelevance theory says doesn't matter whatever the firm do, no impact. And dividend preferences theory said higher dividend is preferable. Tax effect theory says lower dividend is preferable, or no dividend is preferable. Okay, this is dividend irrelevance theory, because with the dividend, if the shareholders can use the dividend received to repurchase the stock. So based on there's no tax and it's a perfect financial market. So the company can use the stock, can use the money to pay shareholders dividend, or use it to repurchase stocks. The individuals can also rebalance their portfolios based on the market information at no cost. So whatever the company do for dividend, it should have no impact in the decisions. in the decisions or in the firm values. So it's called dividend irrelevance theory, but it's based on very strong assumptions. There's no tax and there's no information asymmetry. It's a perfect market. And bird preferences, higher payout ratio is better because it's cash received better than cash will be received in the future. So for the tax, capital gain tax rate is around 15%, and dividend taxed at 20% or higher. So because of the tax rate differences, so it's better for the company not to pay dividend and hold the cash for growth within the company for higher stock prices in the future. So based on tax effect theory. Okay, so there's another very important theory for dividend is the company once start issuing dividend, the company don't want to change its dividend policy. So you can see from here, this is Walmart dividend history. So Walmart will be increasing the amount of dividend every year by like 4 cents, 1 cent each quarter in that year. So you see Walmart has been maintaining this dividend payout plan for a while, for several years. So based on the pattern in the past, we can make a prediction for the future dividend of Walmart. Like 2019, it will be 53 cents a quarter, and 2020 it will be 54 cents a quarter. So you see, companies try to maintain its dividend policy. If the company reduces the amount of dividend, and yearly it's sending a panic signal to the market. Okay, so this is this one, and let's use this one. Yeah. So this is the equation. The amount of dividend paid should equals to net income minus the target equity ratio multiplied by total capital budget. And you can see from this table, if the equity ratio is maintained at 60%, but if the company is having some problems, and you see their payout ratios would be different. You see, based on this table. When they have high capital budget requirement, they need capitals for growth, for investment, for opportunities. So the company would prefer not to pay dividend. So you see, based on using the equation here, so this table is based on that. So the payout ratio is 60% when the opportunities are poor. When the opportunities are strong, and the company would rather pay no dividend. Okay, so this is procedures of repurchase. There's usually we all believe like when there is a repurchase, stock price will go up, but the firm value will not be changed because share repurchase is not an event that will change the operations of a firm. It's just the company will just buy shares back from the market. So it's not some major corporate event, and so firm value will not be affected by that. So, but there's a price usually, stock price usually goes up after a share repurchase, just because the number of shares outstanding will be lower. But when there is a dividend paid and there is a drop in the market for the amount of the dividend, And it says here, a repurchase has no effect on the stock price. It's just the price you observed is increasing because the amount of shares is dropping, but the firm value is not changed. Yeah. They use, yeah, this one. Yearly for share repurchase, it's sending a strong signal to the market. The stock price of the firm is lower than anticipated, so it's undervalued stock price. So usually it's sending a strong signal to the market. It's a good time to buy the stock for when the company do the share repurchase. And also it could be one-time deal, unlike dividend. You have to maintain the dividend policy. But for share repurchase, it could be just done once. So stock split, like we know like in year 2000 and 2000 well, Apple did 13-to-1 or 7-to-1 stock split in 1 year, 2012 or I don't remember, but anyhow, so the stock split is when the company's stock price is too high. Usually the company wants to maintain its stock price within a reasonable range, under $100, between $20 to $100. So it's too high. Investors will be thinking the stock is too expensive. They try not to invest in it. So the company can do stock split to like 2-for-1 stock split. Or like 7-to-1 stock split, so for 1 share, and it will be 7 shares after the split, so like that. So stock split is just a way to keep the stock price within the reasonable range. That's why. But the company's value is not changed. So since the number of shares will be higher, so the stock price seems to be like 2-to-1. It will be half of the old price before the split, like that. So you see, so price before divided by split factor equals to the price after. And for dividend, if the company pays dividend, price will fall. That's the equation for that. So I will make another video to explain how to work on the homeworks for this chapter. Thank you for watching.